Let's have a look at Napoleon. Goes around in race 1 Sunday. Saddam's got the ride. It's coming off a last start second in Penang. Had every chance on that occasion, did Napoleon. He's only had the one win from 30 starts overall, and that win was just over 12 months ago in March of last year. Napoleon is in. Now, Luck Dragon and Grand Show, they both go around in the first on Sunday, and Luck Dragon is the horse working up on the outside. The Chestnut will be ridden by M. Yusri on the weekend, and a Grand Show will be ridden by Furman Yap. Luck Dragon comes out of barrier 7. Grand Show draws the pole. Both engaged in the Kite Handicap race 1 Sunday. Gold Coast Captain and King Win are both engaged in race number 2. Gold Coast Captain coming off a last start victory at big odds. That was at the last meeting here on the 3rd of March, and that's him working up on the outside of King Win, who is the inside horse coming off a couple of fair performances. Ran 4th in Penang last start, and both horses engaged in race number 2. Gold Coast Captain will be HK Cheng, King Win, Jackie Chua. They go around in the Ivory Handicap. Carrying the number 64 saddle cloth on the outside is the Millionaire. It's working along there with Luck Happy. The Millionaire goes around in the Him Sagar Handicap. That is race 3 Sunday. Coming off a last start win in Penang when he was able to get up in the last bound and defeat Power Express, the stablemate. The Millionaire will be ridden by Zed Carreel. He draws barrier 10. Number 88 is Good Taste. He's engaged in race number 3. Casey Wong's got the ride on the gelding. Good Taste, and he'll be first up from a very brief spell. He hasn't started since the 24th of February when he was placed over 1,400 metres here at Ipoh. That is Good Taste. Now, Tic Tac Toe will be going around in the Hatcher Handicap. That is race number 4 on Sunday. And on Tuesday morning, he was working up on the inside of Champagne Rain, who will be contesting race 10 on the same program. And Tic Tac Toe's coming off a recent victory in Class 5 company over 1,400 metres, and HS Gill will take the ride. Now, this is a newcomer to Malaysia. This is Angiari, who will be ridden by Jackie Chua. He draws gate 11 in race number 4 on Sunday. And he has had a few runs in Singapore without success, barring his win back in September last year. Angiari first up in the country, and he goes around in race 4. Purple Rain Lady is engaged in race number 5. She's drifting away in the ratings. She's now down to 46 points on the CRS at the bottom end of Class 4. And Furman Yap will take the ride from barrier 12. Purple Rain Lady. King Power's engaged in race 5 also, coming off a recent win in Class 5 company here at the last meeting back in early March that was, and was unplaced in a Penang Class 4 last time out. Jackie Chua takes the ride on King Power and draws barrier 7. Happy 66 also goes around in the Hayden Handicap race number 5, and that's him carrying the 44 saddle cloth. He's working up on the outside of stablemate You Are Genius. And Happy 66 hasn't won a race since November of last year, has been competitive at Class 4 level for quite some time now, and was unplaced behind a Bristol Diamond at Penang midway through last month. Happy 66 outside of You Are Genius, and Happy 66 will be ridden by Zed Carreel and draws barrier 9. Now, Leon carries the 47 saddlecloth number. He'll be racing in the Glen Handicap. That is race number 6 on Sunday. And that's him working up on the outside of stablemate Keen Dragon. Leon first up. Hasn't started since finishing unplaced in the Perak Derby. That was back in January. And S. Muniandi will take the ride. Barrier 3 for Leon, who goes around in race 6. Lucky Coin goes around in race number 6. He has been in very good form in recent months. 3 wins from his last 4 starts. He failed behind Hong Chen here at the last meeting on the 3rd of March, but prior to that, he did string up the winning hat-trick there. And S. Hafiz will take the ride. He looks a very good chance at the weights on this occasion. And Lucky Coin, he's won 6 from 34 overall. His best form is over 1,400 metres. In fact, he's won 4 times over the journey. That's Lucky Coin. Multi-Blue Shark will be produced second up on this occasion. He goes around in the small field there in the 7th on the program, the Dashiri Stakes, and closed off very well in the race won by Corono at Penang. That was in Cosmo A Company. It was a pretty strong event, that one. And of course, Multi-Blue Shark was placed in the Group 1 Coronation Cup in November last year. He draws the pole. Casey Wong has got the ride aboard Multi-Blue Shark and looks a very good chance in race 7. Let's have a look at Black and White. That's him working up on the outside of stablemate Discreetly Red. Black and White, of course, has been a very good money spinner throughout his career. He's now at 8 years of age. He's won 15 from 70, coming off an unplaced effort in Cosmo A Company there at Penang. That was back on the 17th of March. Of course, was runner-up prior to that here at the last meeting. Black and White will be ridden by Furman Yap, working up outside of stablemate Discreetly Red, who also looks a very good chance on the weekend. A horse racing in a consistent form at the moment is Multi-Blue Rancho. He's engaged in the early gold handicap. That is race number 10. And he's coming off 4 placings from his last 5 starts. He was runner-up to Crown Star last time. He was run down in the concluding stages as an odds-on favourite. He worked quite strongly there on the sand on Tuesday morning. And Multi-Blue Rancho will be ridden by I Ferdriel. He draws barrier 3 and he goes around in race 10. Now the chestnut horse working up on the outside is Always Do Great and will be ridden by Josie de Souza on the weekend. He goes around in race 10 and he's coming off some fair form. He failed over 1,200 metres last start. He was placed prior to that behind Nobody's Fool. That was back in February. Has been freshened up for Sunday's assignment, Always Do Great, and he draws barrier 5. He has won once over the 1,000 metres previously and has won 3 from 20 overall. That is Always Do Great, working up on the outside of King Force.